and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Matt Warden, Jamie Marsh, or Richard Yeager in Little Rock today.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 collar-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer. Camden Yards is where I'm guessing you would find Rick Schaeffer today in Baltimore on vacation. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Gwatney Buick GMC. It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart.
Good afternoon, Raymond. Good afternoon, Bart.
Hey, Bart, good to see you, man. It's been a long time.
Been too long.
Were you, I should say, y'all, but y'all is, I mean, watching this sports this past weekend, if you didn't like baseball, there was plenty of baseball on. There was golf, except you're back to, if you're not awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, you're probably going to miss, in this case, the Senior British Open. And
And
yeah, what? Yeah, and what else?
WNBA.
I took the bait. Hey, I actually watched some bull riding this week. The rest of it was bull. No, I can't say that. All right.
Does watching Happy Gilmore 2 count as sports? Because I watched Happy Gilmore 2. A lot of golfers on there. Does that count as sports?
Is that Happy
Close.
Gilmore 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I haven't.
I didn't watch it. Shep
no.
said he watched it, but I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm still in the middle of the Viking War that I've been watching now for a while. There's a lot of if you want to keep score, there's a lot to keep score. That is a lot of dead bodies here and there. But
Do you have a book for that as well to keep up with all the dead bodies?
no,
Okay.
I'm not keeping score. That guy. That guy with the short beard but the long hair, he's out. He's gone. No, I don't have a scorecard like that. But now, I'll say this. Do you realize this Thursday night we have NFL football?
That time.
It's ready. I'm ready.
Here.
Detroit Lions, Los Angeles Chargers. Isaac Tesla is what I'm thinking. We may see a little bit of Dan Skipper. By the way, there was and I don't know what the exact criteria is of this, but there was a all-fun team by this particular rider. And his offensive lineman was Dan Skipper. Well, you know why? Because, Dan, he goes out for passes, and I hadn't seen him throw one quite yet, but that may be just a matter of time. But he has been very involved in that Detroit offense from a receiver standpoint. If you remember a couple of years ago, there was quite a flap.
Yep.
That he was not identified as an eligible receiver, which he was if they've been listening carefully. But anyway,
what was the final ruling on that? I can't remember. Was he?
I think the play stood.
Okay, play stood.
I think the play stood. Yeah. I just remember there was so much confusion because the other team didn't make any kind of changes, substitutions. Sometimes they'll even call a timeout when an offensive lineman like that is identified as an eligible receiver. He wouldn't, and they didn't, and they scored. Yep. So, anyway.
Now, did you get your saddlebag put up, and you getting in your chair now? Okay.
I have to do things in segments now, Raymond.
Got to stretch out first.
I can't do everything all at one time like I might have tried to years ago, but
you're minus a computer day. You usually have at least 2 iPads in front of you. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
It is. Okay.
I knew something. Fired up.
Okay.
We got new lighting in here. It's like
this is amazing. This absolutely is amazing. I have been in this studio for the better part now of the 35 years that I've been here. In fact, if you want to go back to the original days when I was here. This was the sales room where you'd hold your sales meetings.
This one, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, and this office where Buzz 2 is of the studio now, that was we actually had a promotions director for the Signal. We were called so many different things back then. KBIS, I think, was the original moniker that we had.
They clean off the board, too?
Let's don't. Easy now. One miracle at a time.
It will take a blowtorch to get this thing totally clean.
And we don't want to clean it up too much. It might not work the exact same way.
Some of these buttons I'm not sure you want to push because I'm not sure if you pushed them. You're right, Dr. Google. I'm not sure they would ever go back into place. So I just leave everything alone. I just make sure that I've got whatever inputs, microphone, and then et cetera, I make sure that those are in the right place. But outside of that, no, I'm scared to touch this thing.
Hey, Kramer, any of your friends calling you Dr. Google now?
No.
Thank goodness.
No. They just said they already know that I'm always right, so they don't have to adapt that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
That's the biggest lie I've ever told, by the way.
Thank you. I started saying.
Didn't take him long to fit in, did it, Randy?
It wouldn't take long for Google to tell us that's not a fact.
Don't got to look that up.
Let's see. This from our D3 Auto Sales. Ron says, or would you say morning morons, LOL? Or is that morning madness? I can't. He shortened it down. Okay. Either way, it works. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line all the way from Colorado. You had to reference golf to start the show. Why is Herman Hackbarth not in the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame? I guess because he hadn't submitted, someone hadn't submitted his credentials. Right, yeah. Okay, so we're off to a good start, I can tell already. But this is, I guess you can say, the moment before, the semi-week before, because is it this Thursday? Look at my calendar. Yes, this Thursday, Arkansas players report, even though they're there.
Right.
I doubt, especially among the two deep on both sides, if you told me that they're waiting on Cam Ball to report, I would tell you I doubt that. Of course, Cam told us he lives in Fayetteville. But I can't imagine any starter or number 2 player not being in Fayetteville. That's right. Now, Bart, are you aware, is everybody, including the foreign players, and there were at least 2,
Yep.
I want to say one was from Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where the other one is from, but they're both big men.
Yep.
But
Turkey, I think.
I think you may be right on that. Now, they've submitted the paperwork.
Yep.
And I don't know where that stands, but do you know if they're actually on campus?
Now, they were not on campus when they dismissed practice, when they stopped their summer workouts, to my knowledge. So I don't know if they're there as of yet, but they were not as they stopped a week and a half ago.
Now, does that time frame change? I mean, I say time frame, I'm talking about from school to school. Not everyone has these organized practices where I think it's 20 hours a week and it's broken down to individual training, it's team work, it's conditioning, so forth and so on.
Yep.
But there's no time for it. It's not like everybody started on X date and everybody's got to be through by this date.
I think people use it how they want to use it. I was a little surprised that Arkansas did not take advantage of that full time frame. I mean,
really?
They cut it short with a good week, week and a half left, and so I took that as one of two things. Either Coach Cal was really frustrated or extremely happy with what he saw, and he didn't look like he was frustrated in the press conference.
No.
So I think he thinks they're ahead of the curve, so why not give them a little bit of a advance on the summer break? So, but most people take advantage of that. You know, that's a big advantage that was not there when I played.
This was news on Sunday. And now here we are on Monday. One more piece of the Arkansas baseball roster, I guess you can say, is falling into place. Arkansas picked up a commitment from a JUCO pitcher on Sunday. His name is Jacob Amato, and he is a left-hander. This apparently was going to fill that left-handed need out of the bullpen. Then we found out today, he announced on Twitter, no less, Parker Coyle is coming back to Arkansas. That's huge. And I doubt it changes now that they made this commitment to Jacob Amato. Gives them the luxury of now having another left-hander in the bullpen. But that's big news for the Arkansas baseball program and the Arkansas pitching staff.
Can't have too many left-handers.
No, you really can't. You really can't. And that's either pitching or hitting, either way.
That's right.
I like a left-hander in both that pitching rotation, pitching bullpen. Then I like a left-hander in the lineup. And we will be talking with Trey Biddy later on. But, Bart, we're always trying, Raymond, we're always trying, at least I am. Let me say that. Let me preface that by saying, I am. I'm always trying to take numbers and apply them to what we use as the common bar for measurement. And what I mean by that is, at the University of Arkansas, and other places, not just the University of Arkansas. They use the catapult. Are you familiar with the catapult? It's like taking a kite and attaching it to your back. It's going to fight wind resistance.
Yes. Yeah.
Or create wind resistance.
Yep.
And they tested it. It ended this past Friday. And it's interesting, some of these times, and I had to take an old sheet. There it is, right there. Had to take an old sheet. This is from the previous year. In fact, some of these times are from the 40-yard dash from the NFL Combine and Arkansas's Pro Day. As an example, last year, Nickelback Danico Slaughter hit 22.9 miles per hour. 22.9 miles per hour. So what does that translate to in the 40-yard dash?
Ooh, fast.
Yeah, it does. I think 4.39 is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that tops on the team, you think?
That was tops on the team a year ago. This year, it was C.J. Brown, wide receiver, who had the fastest time. He ran a 22.4. Not a 22.9, but a 22.4. So would that translate into a 4.4 or a 4.42, whatever it may be? That's still fast.
Real fast. 4.42 is real fast.
Very.
So
4.2, I should say.
Just looking at some of these numbers, this is the numbers for this year. The transfer from Abilene Christian defensive tackle David Oki, he had the best bench press at 425 pounds. So, Bart, from a basketball perspective, what do you want your guys to be bench pressing? Now they
is that
use,
a 1 rep max?
Well, I mean that's just probably they let him max out. He maxed out at 425.
Okay, so
because the other measurement is they do 225 pounds.
225 pounds.
Yeah, and how many reps can you do?
Well, if you're doing anywhere between, I would say 8. Now for basketball.
Okay, I'm asking basketball.
8 to 15 reps, you would be very strong. I mean, I would think most. I remember freshmen coming in with that 225, and some of them couldn't do it one time. And a lot of them, of course, are if you're 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", you have big, long.
Yeah, you got long arms.
You got a long way to go. But I think I was doing it 12 or 13 times probably.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. You were strong. Running back Mike Washington, safety Miguel Mitchell, they at 22.3 miles per hour. Kashawn Avaya had the fourth fastest speed at 22.2. And Quincy Rhodes, oh, by the way, out of Maumelle, he was right behind Oki at the bench press at 415. And the best squat went to Senator Brooks Edmondson for the second straight year at 625 pounds. That's pretty doggone good. Second straight year, safety Larry Worth III had the best vertical at 40.5 inches. It's pretty good. 40.5.
No, that's pretty good that's really good even for the college basketball or the NBA. I mean, that's flying.
All right. 40.5 inches vertical.
I mean, I felt like I could jump pretty high, and I had a 37.
Oh, he left you in the dust.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I could jump.
What?
I wasn't a shooter.
Okay, tell me this, though.
Hey, Randy, I could touch the bottom of the net.
I could do that, Ray.
I can't now.
Well, man, we were getting it back then, weren't we?
We all had that one guy that could jump and grab the net and climb up.
I
and
can shoot it. I can shoot it. But hey, I wasn't out there because I could jump high.
You know, back in the 7th grade, one of the worst drills I hated the most was they get the bench out there. You have to jump from side to side. I hated that because I didn't have a vertical. I didn't have much of a vertical jump. Best long jump, 11 feet 3 inches. That was by Larry Worth III had 11.3, both in the best long jump. All right, Bart, put that in perspective. 11.3 inches in the best long jump. Now, it's standing.
Yeah, so long jump
What
would be the only thing
what purpose is that?
I don't know.
I mean, are you going to jump from the half-court line to the free throw line extended or something?
No. But if you're talking about long jump, but I could tell you high jump translates nicely to basketball. This is Kenny Evans was Kenny Evans at one
Pine Bluff.
So I have a quick story. So I was in the Lindy's top 25. It was the first year they had it in Fayetteville. And he was 1997. I was 1997, Brandon Davis. So, me and Brandon Davis, we could jump pretty high. We go out there and do a little 180, 360. And Kenny Evans backs up to the far end, takes off, and reverse dunks the ball from the free throw line.
Michael
Jordan regular dunked it. I guess because of that.
Wow.
And I still remember my dad was like, wow. Like, it was impressive. He could just fly.
Well, he was a 7-foot high jumper.
Yeah, it's 7.
Or maybe even more.
6?
I mean, I don't know what.
Did he win the gold medal, right?
I don't know.
I think he was an Olympic or on the team.
I just remember when he was maybe a freshman and the Southeastern Conference had their track and field championships there at in Fayetteville. And maybe he was, as a freshman, was just breaking in, so to speak, at 7 foot.
Okay.
But I don't doubt he went higher later on.
Yeah, because I think he was on the Olympic team. I think.
See, now there's
Dr. Google.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Oh, Dr. Google.
There's
He's
so
on
many
it.
other Brandons that are in here. He's definitely not the snowboarder.
No. Kenny Evans.
Kenny Evans, okay.
Kenny Evans. I never understood what made the flop, the Fallsbury or whatever it was.
Salisbury? What?
No, it started with an F.
Salisbury flop.
Yeah. How you were able to jump.
Be careful saying.
Well, no, I was just wondering how you could jump so much better than what, most of us always grew up with either the scissor or what we used to call the barrel roll, where you jump and you just kind of roll over the bar.
Wait. You tried to high jump?
Oh, no. I talked to others, Raymond.
So, update, Kenny made the team. He did not medal, but is as high as 7'7".
Okay.
Golly.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
Couldn't make the Olympic team?
He made the team, but he didn't medal.
Oh, okay.
He was 7'2", I think, in high school.
7'7's wild, man.
When he did the dunk, I think, because Rod Newton was 6'11", right up from CrossFit, right around that area, and I know Kenny Evans was past him.
Holy smokes. 7'7", and that wasn't good enough to win at the Olympics.
A 3-time champion indoor, winner outdoor of the SEC championships, 98 through 01.
Does it say as a freshman what he accomplished as a freshman?
Not on this page.
Okay.
I'll have to go deeper.
Okay. That's okay. And I'm just saying, I just remember as a freshman watching him and thinking, wow. And because if you could jump 6'8" to 6'10" in high school, we thought you were a freak.
Yep.
And
you are, because you're more than most, too. Because anything over 7, you're in the Olympics. So yeah, you are a freak if you're mostly in the Olympics. Yeah, if you're right there at that line.
That is still crazy.
Kramer just called you a freak, Randy.
Well,
I say
worse.
they are.
I've been called worse.
But if you want to take that and run with it, go ahead.
I have been called worse. Okay, thank you, Ron, for the clarification. Morning Mayhem / Madness Peace. Okay, there you go. I just didn't understand. He shortened MD, and I guess that would be MRNG would be morning, and then MDNS would be madness.
That's texting like somebody's got kids.
Yeah. It's the only way you communicate with kids anymore.
Yep. Got to breathe.
That and what do they call those things, emojis?
Oh.
If you're waiting for them, you never would make any kind of conversation with the youth. All right, Drive Time Sports will continue.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
It's Brad and Stephanie here, owners at Mosquito Joe. Stephanie, lots of people ask us how we ever got involved in Mosquito Joe. Tell them what you told me years ago when we first started.
I said if you figured out a way to keep the mosquitoes out of our yard without coating ourselves and kids with bug spray, then sign me up. And if this works, we have to share this with our friends and neighbors.
To this day, that's the mission of Mosquito Joe. It's our passion to make outside fun again for all Arkansans. Whatever's bugging you outside, we've got the solution.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is Employee Pricing Plus continues through July. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. The great news is the biggest discounts of the year on every new vehicle in stock. Buy today and make no payments for up to 90 days and take advantage of our available sales tax paid. Up to $14,000 off all new Ram Laramie half-tons. Up to $7,000 off the all-new Jeep Wrangler. And up to $8,000 off the all-new Jeep Gladiator. And you can get the new Jeep Compass for only $399 a month with no payments for 90 days. Also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in, pick out your new car. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge in Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their game balls and jockstraps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for game balls and jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. When you're on the road, we're the voices inside your head. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
And welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Ray Tucker along with Bart Reed. I'm Randy Rainwater.
And I see Randy has his big Saracen Casino Resort mug staring right in front of me to remind me that Neal Atkinson is on the line. Neal, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Just trying to beat this heat and counting the days down until we have a little football on TV this Thursday with the NFL Hall of Fame game, and keeping an eye on all the Major League Baseball trades to see if that does anything with the baseball odds going on right now. But yeah, it's kind of the calm before the storm. Has been for the last couple of weeks since the All-Star break, but it's going to get heated up pretty quick.
I do not need a reminder that you're on the line, Neal. I made that up. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to you. What's the big deal right now? I guess WNBA, Major League Baseball, all that good stuff.
Yeah, probably about 80% of our 80 to 85% of our right every day is on the regular season baseball game.
All right, so
they're really hit. Yeah.
So
and then not.
I'm talking all over you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're all right.
Do you take wagers on preseason NFL football?
Oh, absolutely. We've got the line out for the preseason game versus the Chargers. Now, remember, we won't have all the props and all the exotic bets. We're going to have an incredible NFL menu this year, but the preseason's just not conducive to that. And this game is as easy as you can get. It's a pick 'em. There's no line on it because it's a money line minus 110 either way, so there's no reason to have a line on it. It's got a very, very low over and under of 32.5. Just remember, that Hall of Fame game, if you see any of the named players, they will be in there for one play or one series, and then they're out, and they're going to be putting the training camp in through. So not a lot of people bet the preseason, but it can make a preseason game a little bit more interesting if you put a little money on it.
Wow. I'm not. I wanted to bring up the table tennis. I watched a little.
Oh yeah, that's our number 2 sport right now. It is beating WNBA. Of course, there's a match every 10 or 15 minutes that you can bet, maybe 2 or 3 matches every 10 or 15 minutes. But since we added that streaming, and most of those things are streamed, and we're going to get ready to add some more here in the near future, people really, really do like that. They're betting the Korean baseball because those are streamed. A lot of those games start at 4:30 in the morning. And of course, we have some tennis streaming too. The UTR, which is a professional tour, also that travels around in all the cities throughout the U.S. and across the world too. So even more streaming is getting ready to come to the site, and we're ready for it.
All right, Randy, I'm going to Academy Sports and get us some ping pong stuff. Okay.
Hey, pickleball will be next.
I was
Just
about
watch.
to say pickleball.
All right, Neal, appreciate you very much. All right, talk to you again tonight, 7:20 on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
All right, everybody, take care and good luck.
Yeah, I was going to ask him. I watched bull riding this past weekend. I didn't know if you could do that or not.
I'm sure if you look hard enough, it's on there. All right, gentlemen, we are adding a new element to Drive Time Sports. I had a chance.
Is this Trey Biddy's time now?
Nope.
Okay.
Trey is back to his normal 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock slot. And he's got all of his summer stuff taken care of, so we're back to normal. Monday through Friday, you'll have Trey at 5 o'clock.
I didn't want to be the guilty party.
I understand. This is a brand new element, Raymond.
Okay.
Met this young lady down in Atlanta at the SEC Football Media Days. We had her on for about 30 minutes, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So we're bringing her back. We're going to test the waters, Courtney. Courtney Mims joins us by way of the Pig Trail Nation. Welcome to, this is the full-blown version. You're getting the real version of Drive Time Sports. Good afternoon, Courtney.
No, I'm so excited about it. You guys heard last time I was on, I said that this was one of my bucket list items. So now that I'm on every week, oh my gosh, this is great.
Oh, there you go. All right, you had a week of vacation. Are you ready now for reality? We are within, I guess you could say, maybe we're in the red zone right now, away from actually starting this football season. College, Razorbacks, correct me if I'm wrong, they report this Thursday. Is that correct?
They do. They report this Thursday, but the first practice will be this Friday. We don't have the set schedule just yet, but we're expecting that to come out in the next few days. So we should have a full-blown fall camp schedule for the Razorbacks in the next few days.
So now, I mentioned this a few moments ago. In reality, Courtney, how many players are actually, quote, missing? Is there any players actually missing from Fayetteville right now, especially if they're on the first or second team? If they're on the depth chart, I got to believe they're already in Fayetteville.
Oh, absolutely. There's a bunch of guys who are already here and a bunch of guys who have been working the entire summer here, right? There are guys who haven't left Fayetteville. I see Taylon Green walking around all the time here in the past few weeks. And so you've got to know that he's been on campus. He's been working out. Cam Ball I see all the time. There are guys, Xavier Story's another guy that I see quite often around here. And so I don't think there's really any guys who haven't truly reported yet. There may be some guys who are finishing up maybe summer vacation. Maybe this is their last chance to see family members. I know some of them, drive home, see family. They have family, the Dallas area, Little Rock area, wherever it is. If it's drivable, they'll go and see those family members. But mostly the entire team already here, I would say. So you're exactly right on that. I don't believe there's too many guys missing, if at all, much.
All right, Bart, let's ask this question. For every day missed, meaning a workout, how many days does it take you to make up that one day that you missed?
You mean on top of the punishment?
I'm just talking
I'm
about.
Just sitting there,
I'm
had
just
a
talking
flashback
about.
to my time.
I am thinking if I missed the practice, I understand the punishment.
Yeah.
But you also, I mean, you pay for it personally.
You pay for it. I mean, I would say this: you can be in tip-top shape and take a 3-day break, and I'm talking training from 3-4 months, and in 3 days you can be completely out of shape, winded.
That's amazing.
So I almost didn't want the break because it's just more time you have to reacclimate your body.
Exactly.
You got to work harder.
Run till you throw up.
Yeah, run till you throw up. Have you noticed, Courtney, in I guess you can say in these chance meetings with these different players, can you tell any physical change in these players? I'm looking at some numbers of where players have gone up in weight, some have gone down in weight. Can you tell any difference? As an example, I saw Taylor Green this past Thursday night, and he looked different. And come to find out, he had added about 12 pounds. Can you tell the difference in some of these players, Courtney, just in your passing, that they've either gained weight or maybe even, for that matter, sometimes you can stay at the same weight, but you can totally reshape your body?
Yeah, I think Braylon Russell's a good example of that, right? Where you're just like, wow, he looks physically different. And when you see him, you're like, whoa, because we saw him at his camp last week, and I was going, man, he looks like he might have shaved off a few pounds there, here or there, but it looks good. He looks more just, it's almost like you said, like it's not that he's lost weight and looks bad. It's like he's almost, okay, he's lost weight, but he looks leaner, he looks stronger, he's more defined. And so I think that's a good thing. Taylor Green, again, I mean, he's the guy that when I saw him at media days, I went, whoa, okay, you put on some weight, but some good weight, right? We're not talking about put on weight in a bad way. We're talking about good weight there. And he joked around. He did say, when I said, oh, you look good. You look like you put on some weight. He goes, yeah, I'm ready to truck somebody. And I said, no, not really, right? Like, that's the joke, right? We don't need you getting hurt, okay? Please don't do that. And he said, no, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, he's another good example that you said. And that's what I'm actually excited to see, because there's guys I didn't mention, obviously, that I haven't seen walking around, that we haven't, chance ran into or anything like that. But I'm excited to see those guys and how they look now that maybe from spring to now fall camp, maybe what the summer has done for them. We know the strength and conditioning program is tough here at Arkansas. I mean, something y'all didn't even mention there when you talk about taking 3 days off, the heat as well. You can't take 3 days off and expect to go out there in the heat that we have right now in Arkansas and expect to be, I'm fine, I'm good. So these guys definitely don't want to take days off, and a lot of them haven't. But I'm excited to see who looks physically different from spring, who maybe might surprise me with how they look. That's something that we will definitely be watching out for come Friday morning.
So this is a quick question off topic, but a former Razorback, Desmond James, has blown up the internet with his transformation. Have you seen those before and after photos?
I have not.
I have. He looks like a different person, right?
Yeah,
he
looks massive now. I'll bring some pictures in the break for you guys.
Is he going down the tight end or something?
I don't know. He looks huge compared to what he was. I mean, you can't really see it good through the glass in here, but he looks like a completely different human.
I thought it was interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Courtney. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say he looks like, what do you think of, like a Thor, a Captain America? Like, that is how,
yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
He looks,
that's
seriously.
Accurate. Can you see this, Randy, through the...
There's a big difference.
Good gracious.
There's a big difference, though. I say the biggest jump that you will see is between a freshman in college and a sophomore in college that's playing athletics. I mean, 15 pounds of muscle makes a big difference. Just maturity.
I used to always remember, and this is after I left high school and was seeing friends, particularly athletes that went into football at the next level. First thing I noticed when they would come on for the first time was their necks.
Yeah.
How big their necks were. It's like, what about the rest of their body? I mean, obviously they put weight and strength on other places, but that was the first thing that always jumped out to me was how thick, how big their necks were.
And shoulders.
And that young man, James,
yeah,
I mean, he looks big everywhere. I mean, it's not like, he just strengthened or got himself stronger in his upper body. It looks like, he just blew up everywhere.
You got to think, though, nutrition's kicking in for these guys for a lot of them the first time, and it makes a big difference.
And it's wild when you hear people like last week or 2 weeks ago when you're in Atlanta, they're like, yeah, I want to get to my ideal weight. It's like three pounds off. Like it's because that makes a difference when you're talking about speed or agility. Like it's weird. It's so specific, the science behind what they're doing physically.
All right, Courtney.
That's a good point about. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that's a good point about Braylon, right? It was the difference of, hey, maybe a couple pounds here, a couple pounds here, but just eating right and getting more healthy and not eating these late night snacks. What he was talking about on the couch, right? And joking about that in spring, because that is the difference for especially like a guy like him who is a talented running back and could even be more talented, hopefully going from his freshman to sophomore year, like you said, that jump. So hopefully we'll see that.
I've got to believe the must-see player is Shaq McCrory. He is down 18 pounds. He is now 6'8", 344 pounds. I can't imagine what he'd look like at 362. Hang on, Courtney. We got to step away for a moment.
Drive Time Sports returns to Crain Hyundai of Little Rock on Colonel Glenn Road this Thursday. Check out their inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles at CrainHyundaiLittleRock.com.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select Hyundai models. Only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end July 31st. Call 469-405-7740 for details. Hurry in.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Nick Gennardi, Daniel Vickers, or Becky Bradley in Sherwood today.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. the #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. If your business isn't banking with First Security Bank, you need to give them a look. Their business banking product is packed with valuable benefits, such as free online banking with free bill pay, business check line, business visa, business debit card, direct deposit payroll services, safe deposit box, retirement services, commercial account analysis. These are just a few of the many benefits your business will enjoy with the business banking account at First Security. But it's more than just great products. At First Security, it's about providing a better relationship. They'll sit down with you over a cup of coffee just to learn more about your business needs. So give them a chance to earn your business. Bank better with the business checking account at First Security Bank. Because at First Security, their bottom line is making your business better. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. That's First Security Bank. Ray Tucker along with Bart Reed. Thanks to Martin Orthopedics. I'm Randy Rainwater, joined now by Courtney Mims. Well, we've already been joined by Courtney. Pig Trail Nation. So, Courtney, what did you do on your week of vacation?
I went to Branson, Missouri for the very first time. So I've never been to Branson.
Really?
We went to Silver Dollar City and had some fun there, and then hung out on the Branson Landing. And, man, that's a great time. Y'all were not kidding when you guys told me go to Branson, enjoy the place. So many
cool.
Arkansas fans said you have to go to Branson, and it was great. It was wonderful.
Did you go to any of the shows?
Oh, we were going to go see Dolly Parton Stampede, you know, that show
That's
with
pretty
the
cool.
horses and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, North versus South, and we were going to go do that, but we couldn't get in. It was all booked. So
Not fair. And there's plenty of water
We have to
around
go back,
there.
right?
Did you get a chance to enjoy any water activities?
yeah, we went out one day. We were like kind of hanging out on the landing, and there's some, you know, you can get on some boats there and
Yep.
go down. I believe it's like a waterway there, river. I don't really know
That is
exactly
correct.
what it's called, what waterway. But it's beautiful, and so we got out on there, you know, hung out kind of in that general area. But man, it is just beautiful over there. So I really enjoyed it. So I met a lot of different college football fans, a lot of Missouri fans, of course.
Oh yeah.
In Branson, but a lot of other people too, a lot of Arkansas people as well, which was great. But man, they come from all over. We met people from West Virginia and Texas. It's crazy.
All right, so preview us. What is Pig Trail Nation? What is planned for this upcoming beginning for the Arkansas football season? What's behind the scenes? What's going on?
Yeah, so right now we're just gearing up for the start of fall camp, right? And so we will have every single day and every one of our shows a look inside fall camp that day. So we'll take you inside a different position group. You know, so usually we start out with, on day one, all of the top questions that we have going into this season. So we'll kind of look at, how does Taylon Green look in year two? Does he look more comfortable under Bobby Petrino and Sam Pittman? And then we'll kind of look, who is he going to throw to? It's one thing to have that jump. Who the heck is he going to throw to? With the top 8 pass catchers for Arkansas all gone. No, it's just crazy to think about that, but that's the truth. So who is he going to throw to? That's key for us. And then what does the offensive line look like? What does the defensive line look like? You mentioned Shaq McCroy. He's a guy that obviously people are going to be looking at in fall camp because they think he's a transfer that can contribute. And so how do they look this year with all of the new faces on the line? So we're going to look at that. The secondary, there's a whole lot of new faces. There's new faces all over the team, but especially the secondary with how much they got blasted last year. That is a key area of hopefully improvement for Arkansas. And so we're going to be kind of breaking down each position group and looking at those, each player there where we think, hey, this guy could make an impact, this guy can make an impact, and we'll break it down each and every day. And that goes in our shows, in our Pig Trail Nation reports on KNWA and KARK there in Little Rock. So we'll have those for you each day, and then we have a bunch of practice footage that we put online for you as well. So you'll be able to kind of follow with the Pig Trail Nation team as we go into fall camp. So.
Well, there's a lot of question marks, I think, on the defensive side, particularly defensive line, defensive ends. I'm anxious to see what Danny Salee looks like. He is down 6 pounds. He's down to 319, 6'3", 319, but he's down 2 pounds. Ian Gaffard is down to 387, 6'5", 387. Courtney, if these young men are taking the next step, that's an imposing defensive line, tackles especially. Even if they want to go with the 4-man front, Quincy Rhodes, he's down 1 pound to 275, 6'6", 275. Okie is 6'2", 314. He's up a couple of pounds. It's going to be interesting to see what some of these young men actually look like. Can they move? Can they be factors on that defensive line? To me, that for the defense has to be one of the biggest question marks, do you not believe, going into fall camp?
Absolutely. You're exactly right. The defensive line, another thing that we're going to be looking at, and you mentioned size of those guys and cutting down their weight a little bit and getting to a really good size. I mean, Quincy Rhodes has always impressed me. From the moment I saw him in spring and I looked at him and I didn't recognize him. I mean, he is a guy that just shot up and has used that and has filled out, so to speak. And so all of those guys that you mentioned, yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to see how they look in fall camp, because it's one thing to say how they spring, but you also didn't have Cam Ball in spring. So it's going to be interesting, because Cam even said to me at SEC Media Days, he goes, I don't think you guys really saw everything in spring. And I kind of said, I feel you, Cam, on that, because we didn't get to see you, obviously, but we didn't get to see the full look of this team in spring. And so that's what I'm excited for in fall camp. And you're right, the defensive line, what do these guys look like? There's so many new faces that it's going to be crucial that when we get these glimpses of this team, is to really hone in on each position group, and especially the question marks, because like you said, there's question marks on the defensive line. There's question marks in the secondary. There's question marks, hey, how does Kalen Green look? There's question marks with the wide receiver room. And so all of these hopefully will have a better idea and some answers going into fall camp. But like I always say, I mean, you really get all those answers for you when that first game comes, and that'll be, August 30th for Arkansas against Alabama A&M.
2 players I want you to keep an eye on.
Okay.
He was injured during the spring, at least that's my understanding. That's Justice Boone. He's another one of those transfers. He's up 12 pounds to 278. But the player that I watched in high school, and I understand that's high school, not SEC football, but if Charlie Collins, he's unchanged at 255 pounds, but I think that's a young man that could be a star in the making, talking about Charlie Collins. It'd be interesting to see how he progresses this fall, because time for him to step up. I think he's a redshirt.
What's he play, Randy?
Freshman, defensive end.
Yep.
I think he can be a contributor. Do you not think so, Courtney?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think another guy I'm going to mention that's over in that area from Warren, actually, is freshman wide receiver Antonio Jordan. We're going to be looking at those guys and him, because he's a guy that I feel like is underrated coming out of high school. I mean, come on. This is a guy that has so much raw talent. And, yeah, hopefully he's able to contribute. But, I mean, you look at him, and I'm going, why is this kid not ranked higher? And what I was told by people who know recruiting and are really plugged into high school football recruiting is he didn't decide to go to any of those camps, like the Rivals camp or the 24/7 camp. And so that affected his star rating, because these high school recruiting guys weren't able to see him. And so he's a guy that I'm, in addition to, like you said, the guys that you mentioned, he's the guy that I'm looking at as well. Is this a freshman that can come in and wow us early on? Will he actually contribute? Will he be someone that Taylor wants to throw to? I mean, he is 6'6", so he's not short. So it'll be interesting to see what he does come Friday.
Going to be fun. All right, Courtney, look forward to talking with you next Monday.
Yeah, look forward to it, guys. Thanks.
See you, Courtney.
Courtney Mims, Big Trail Nation, Ray Tucker, Bart Reed. I'm Randy Rainwater. Coming up next, Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, being brought to you by Chris Crain Hyundai.
Pro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holds, and Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
I'm so angry. Don't be upset. You can always listen to us. You're better than that. 1037 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
Four people are in custody for a deadly shooting at a Jacksonville park. According to police, the wounded DeAndre Gooden was at Dupree Park July 17th. They say his car was located crashed at the intersection of West Main Street and T.P. White Drive. He died after being rushed to the hospital. Police tell us 20-year-olds Jamie Williams and Mercedes Palmer were arrested the next day. 20-year-old Kylan Rogers and 19-year-old David Brooks Jr. turned themselves in for the crime Saturday. All four suspects are facing capital murder charges. The U.S. Treasury Department is now accepting money from the public to pay down the national debt by Venmo and PayPal. You can pay online at pay.gov under gifts to reduce the public debt and select your preferred digital payment option. The national debt is now more than $36 trillion. In the last 30 years, private donations toward this cause have amounted to a little more than $67 million. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
A heat advisory for central Arkansas today. Here in Little Rock will be partly cloudy with a high of 98, with a heat index likely over 105. Tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, and a low of just 79. Tomorrow, maybe some isolated showers and storms in the afternoon with a high of 98. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar. Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher, and today I want to talk to you about Fletcher Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, and Hyundai. I bet you didn't know you could have any of those makes in your driveway for less. Our Dodge store here in Sherwood is just one of our 9 stores in the Fletcher Auto Company. We represent 10 automobile brands. You probably didn't know our Honda store in Bentonville is the largest Honda store in the state. So when you need a new vehicle, go to our website, FletcherAuto.com. You can shop all of our inventory online. It's easy, folks. You can shop from your phone or at home. We have the Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, and Hyundai. Just pick out the vehicle you want and we'll deliver it right to your door for the best price anywhere. They can handle a trade-in, appraisal, and financing. Just ask for the sales manager and start smiling. So for the best deal anywhere, shop FletcherAuto.com and give us a chance to earn your business. Thank you.
Tap Time with Bryce Nall and Scott Parton, presented by New Province Brewing, returns this Thursday at 7. Tap Time is Wood Rock's premier radio show for beer lovers by beer lovers. Tap Time Thursday from 7 till 8 on 1037 The Buzz, live from the Edwards Food Giant Studios.
If you already scheduled your garage door tune-up for just $79, please disregard this message. If you don't have a garage door, you're off the hook. For the rest of you, why would you spend more than just $79? Overhead Door Company of Little Rock will perform their garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79 on up to 3 garage doors and openers. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online, overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
With Whataburger's new Bigger Better Bundles, you can upgrade your favorite Whata meal into 2 meals. You can add a Kids Whata meal for $4 and take it home to your little you. Or you can add a Double Meat Junior Whata meal for $5 and save it for later. For you. Or you can add a Whata Wings 9-piece for $6 and just enjoy that now. Yep, with Bigger Better Bundles, you can bring the kids along. Or give it to your Uncle Mo. Or stop by and surprise your coworkers. Upgrade your Whata meal with Bigger Better Bundles for a limited time. Only at What a Burger.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin. Terrific.
Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryan, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 at Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer out on vacation. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Gwatney GMC. It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart. And now, Trey Biddy is brought to you by Chris Crain Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today. Now, here's Trey Biddy.
Well, that was a nice segment after we get through with all the introductions. Nice talking to you, Trey.
As always.
Yeah, baby.
There wasn't one that said, here's Randy Rainwater.
No, we don't need that one. All right, Trey, just quickly, how was your 4-ball experience this year?
It was good. We lost, but it was good. I had an eagle on the 5th hole.
Get out of here.
On a hole that we had to have. Yeah.
Get out of here. Eagle, I only made one of those in my lifetime.
Yeah, it was a par 5, and I was about 245 out, and put it about 15 feet from the hole, and made the putt.
Nice. Attaboy.
And the two guys we were playing against had both had short birdie putts, like 4 feet. Both of them, they had great shots too, and we had to have it. So that was kind of the highlight, but we still ended up losing. But that was the highlight of it. But it was fun. It's kind of the last hurrah I do before we get into fall camp. As we know, Arkansas wrapped up the summer training cycle and did some testing. I don't know if you had a good chance to look at some of those numbers that I posted on Hog
Yes,
Sports
I did.
But some interesting numbers from the summer testing, and they're taking it easy a little bit right now, and they'll jump into it. Report day on Thursday and practice starting Friday.
Trey, I've had that experience in many a 4-ball where they pat you on the back and they say, thank you for contributing to this year's 4-ball. Yeah. And they don't mean what you played in golf. They meant the money you paid as your entry fee into the 4-ball. But, yes, thank you. Thank you for contributing.
See, Randy and I teamed up years ago and played in a tournament up at Saracen. And we came in, and we were in the lead by about 4 strokes. And everybody was in but one team. And that team did not come in for an hour and a half, and they pencil whipped us. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's never fun.
Yeah, from that point forward, we lobbied for nothing but ink pens. You couldn't use pencils. Never mind. We were only joking on that. All right, Trey, let's get you started.
If you're going to be a cheater, then you're a cheater.
Yeah, I understand that.
Sucks for you.
I understand that. All right, this from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Trey says, Trey, I know you don't like coaching change talk, but be honest here. Would you trade Drinkwitz for Pittman? A former Buzz host, calls in a stir for sure, likes for his page, said he wouldn't trade for Eli. You wouldn't want Tim Wentz to talk about each year regardless of schedule. He's also not, He's also not very bright, and a grass is always greener guy. Is he talking about Pittman or Drinkwitz or who?
I don't know. I would hate to make that choice, but Drinkwitz, I mean, he's proven that he's a good coach. I would also like to take Missouri's schedule with me if I.
Yes, absolutely.
Could I get the schedule too? But,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't know if I was a huge fan of John Calipari though before he came to Arkansas. I didn't. I still kind of like John Calipari, I guess, but I wasn't. Obviously, it's different when he becomes the coach. But I don't know. I would hate to make that choice because I do like Sam on a personal level. I don't know, something about the way Eli Drinkwitz comes off. Just I don't love it, but he is proven to be a good coach.
Yeah, he did the same thing. His same tired act at the SEC football media days, but that's neither here nor there. We'll move forward. Trey, in this testing, I was trying earlier to break down some of these numbers and what they are relative to 40 speeds. And I had to take what you did as a comparison, I'm sorry, from a year ago, such as Danico Slaughter. He ran 22.9 miles per hour, and then he ran the 40-yard dash, I guess at the pro day, in 4.39. So when you're saying a Jaden Allen runs 21.3 miles per hour, or a Selman Bridges, and before you do that, put all this in context of how these are measured, because Bart kind of looked at me when I said the catapult, and I don't know if he thought they were jumping off of buildings or being thrown like they were back in the Stone Ages, like rocks or something. How did they come to this measurement, and what does it really mean?
Well, you wear a vest. to be honest, it kind of looks like a sports bra, if I'm being honest, but it's a vest, and it's got, some sensors in it, and then there's a satellite, and it, does all the readings through that, and it tells, it doesn't say how fast you reach 22 miles an hour. We don't know how long you sustained 22 miles an hour. It just shows that you reached 22 miles an hour. So it doesn't do a direct correlation to 40-yard dash, if that makes sense. So I'll say this. There are 5 guys on this year's team who reached 22 miles an hour. Last year there were actually 8. There are 5 guys this year who reached it. And there isn't a single person who ran 22 last year who couldn't do a 4.5. Andrew Armstrong ran a 4.51 at the NFL Combine and a 4.50 at Arkansas Pro Day. So everybody, now having said that, Isaac Teslaw did not hit 22 miles an hour last year. He ran a 4.43 at the Combine. So you're still pretty fast if you can do a 21. I believe Landon Jackson did 19.7, and that translated to a 4.68 at the NFL Combine in the 40-yard dash. The fastest guy on the team, according to miles per hour speed last year, was not Jordan Anthony. Jordan Anthony did 22.3. Danico Slaughter, as you mentioned, did 22.9. That's translated to a 4.37 for Slaughter. But we know Jordan Anthony did a wind-aided 9.75 100-meter dash, which is one of the fastest times of all time. And he didn't. There are guys for other teams that hit 23. Now, I should say this because some people will compare it to NFL, where they measure these guys in pads. These are not in pads. These are summer testing numbers. So if a guy in the NFL is running 23 and he's doing it in pads, that's different than a guy in college doing it without pads on. So that's important to make that distinction. But there are obviously a lot of different ways to measure speed. I always think one that's interesting that people try to say, they try to correlate like the 100-meter dash to 40 times. And they'll say, well, this isn't accurate. This guy, this is what a 100-meter dash would equate to and stuff. But a 100-meter dash that's a reactionary start. Guy fires a pistol, and then you go. A 40-yard dash, you go, and the guy starts the clock. That makes a big difference also if you think about it. So there's a lot of different ways to measure speed, and this is just one that they seem to like doing now. It tells you basically what your top-end speed is.
So, Trey, let me put you on the spot. You said 8 hit it last year.
Yes.
I see this a lot of times where guys look great in certain situations, but does it carry over to game? How many of those 8 would you say were impact players on the field?
Yeah, so Tyrone Broden was one of them. He struggled in a lot of other areas, obviously. Danico Slaughter was a starter all season for him. 22.9. Marquise Robinson started several games. He was a 22.5. Jordan Anthony did not play a whole lot, in spite of his speed. Andrew Armstrong was one of them. Let me look at last year real quick so I can give you, let's look at all the names. As I mentioned, Isaac Teslaw was not one of them, but still ran a 4.43 40. And the catapult last year, Danico, Tyrone, Marquise, Jaden Wilson quit the team before the season ever got going. He was 22.3 miles an hour. TJ Metcalf obviously started for him last year. Talon Green was one of them. He ran 22.1. Talon was actually 21.6 this year, so he was a little bit slower this year. Andrew Armstrong, as I mentioned, was another one. Tyrell Reed was pretty close. Rodney Hill was close. Xavier Sorey was close. 21.4 for Xavier Sorey. So, those are some of them. I'll say also, I thought this was interesting, like in the vertical jump, if you look at some of the top jumps last year, a lot of those guys, when they got to Pro Day, their jumps weren't as high, or when they got to the Combine. Others were higher. Isaac Teslaw went from like a 35 or something like that to a 36.4 to 39.5. His broad and Tyrone Broden's vertical jump was a lot higher during the summer last year versus what it was at Pro Day. It was like 5 inches shorter. But his broad jump, he broad jumped like 11.4, which was significantly longer than he had broad jumped during the summer. So, these guys get training and work and, learn how to do stuff a little bit better and stuff, I guess maybe. And, some of them, their weight fluctuates. It's hard to imagine that, adding a little bit of weight would take off 5 inches off your vertical jump, but I guess it could. But anyway, it's just some of the numbers out there. I do think that this year on some things like bench press and squat, they might have pulled them off a little bit early because you've got some, like there's one guy who had a 405 bench press last year, and this year he's 365. So a lot of times what they'll do, because you could have an injury or something, they'll just pull you off. They'll be like, hey, you're good, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or we don't want you to, we know you can squat 600 pounds. We're going to stop you here at 550 or something. That kind of thing, because there are some numbers like that are a little bit, you see some guys that have dropped down. I'll say one of the more impressive players this year, Mike Washington. Mike Washington had, let me bring up his this year's testing. So Mike Washington, I've said before, he's a guy that I think people are going to know a lot about. I think Bobby Petrino compared him to Niall Davis. I don't know if I'm going that far just yet, but I think a lot of people around the state may not know who he is, and I think a lot of people will know. 335 bench, 530 squat, 38.5 vertical, 10-11 broad jump, and a 22.3 on the catapult.
Ooh, that's
so
pretty
those
good.
Those are some strong numbers, yeah.
I like Braylon's numbers with the exception
Who's the fastest
of his.
guy on the team? Anybody want to guess?
I
Randy,
know.
you looked at it, so
I know.
you can't guess. Anybody
I
want to
figured.
guess fastest in terms of catapult?
It's pretty quiet in here. No one's wanting to jump out there.
I'm waiting
It's
for
not.
Ray.
It's not a name anybody would expect.
I didn't expect it, but I still know the answer.
Yeah, C.J. Brown.
C.J. Brown, yeah.
Bentonville's own C.J. Brown was 22.4 miles an hour.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
I was going to say Shaq because I'm not smart.
Shaq has dropped. Shaq is down like 18 pounds. He's at like 344 right now. 6'8", 344.
Can he fit through a door frame now?
Maybe. I don't know. Not with shoulder pads.
I couldn't believe that. I was looking up, and Trey, this looks like just overall, though, when you would take all the numbers, you crunch all the numbers, like on the squat as an example. I mean, I think I know Brooks Edmondson set the mark at 625.
Yeah,
but I see a lot of
what
plus.
he did last year also. So
I see a lot of plus 500s though, plus 550s. I mean that to me is solid. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think you're squatting over 500. Especially for some of the positions. But like last year, Cam Ball. Let's see, what did he do this year? Cam Ball. Cam Ball squatted 535 this year.
And Trey,
I think he could do more than that.
He did 610 last
And
year.
they're just doing one rep max on that. They still
No, I don't think they're doing. I don't know if they're doing one reps or not,
Okay.
Bart.
Okay.
Obviously there's different ways to measure bench press. By doing the multiple reps and calculating
Sure,
it over.
sure.
But I don't. I think in squat they're probably doing one rep.
And on that
I would think.
vertical,
I don't
are they
know.
taking a step or is that just straight standing
yeah,
vertical? Okay.
Yeah. No steps.
Ooh, there's some football players that are flying.
Yeah, there's some good leapers. Larry Worth, guys, I mean, he did 40.8 inches last year. He was 40.5 this year. I mean, you're talking 40 inch vertical. That's sky.
Pretty elite. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And Larry is, I'm telling you, he's every bit of 6'4", 225. Every bit of it.
And where they've got him playing, Trey?
He's worked at safety and nickel. I would like to see him at safety, I think, but Larry was inconsistent last year, and he's coming from Jacksonville State, which is a smaller school. Probably having a bit of an adjustment to that. He had some moments, but he also had some moments, the wrong kind of moments last year. But what I liked what I saw out of him in the spring, just from, how vocal he is, getting everybody in the right spot, showing a lot of leadership. He has got so much potential because of his size and athleticism, and I think he was a pretty good 200-meter runner. I'm not sure what he did on his time. Let me see what he did. But he's a freakish athlete. There's no question about Larry Worth's athleticism. He did a 5:15 squat. I don't have his bench press numbers. I just have a bunch of the top
I got bench at 345.
345. Okay.
Vertical at 40 and a half.
Sorry, I was looking at last year's.
Okay, vertical 11 and vertical 11. I'm sorry, 40 and a half, and then the broad 11.3.
If you're over 11 feet, that is astounding.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extraordinary. And almost 21 miles an hour, 20.8. I mean, those are very impressive numbers. Like if he played good enough to go to the NFL Combine and threw up a 40-inch vertical, the scouts would be drooling over that.
All right, Trey, here is one from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line from the 870. Any concerns with A.J. Green getting about 0.5 miles per hour slower?
0.5. Yeah, well, he didn't measure here last year. He was at
Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. And coming off of an ACL, but he ran into 21. I think
21.7 is not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, for what 215, 217, pretty good.
Yeah, he had some pretty good numbers to go along with it. I noticed Tavion Wallace 325, 515. It's pretty good for a young pup.
Yeah.
10
freshman.
10.4 in the broad jump, 21.4 as a linebacker. I like that. Sorey was 21.1, 520 on the squat, 335 on the bench, 10 foot on the standing broad jump. So that's, the young pup who's barely a freshman in college did pretty well in his first weighing and measuring. So
yeah, Tavion Wallace has put on about 22 pounds or so also since I think he was listed at 215 when he was a recruit.
And interesting numbers. Let's see. Oh, this was not AJ, Taylon Green. Mm-hmm. Not AJ, but Taylon Green, 0.5 miles slower.
Yes, Taylon was. Yeah, not AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still plenty fast.
And he's added on 12 pounds, what looks to be muscle.
Yeah, added on a little bit of weight. So that's probably the difference.
Anybody from that standpoint jumped out at you, either from weight gain or weight loss?
I'll say this too. When you're carrying all those pads and stuff, they've gotten astronomically lighter over the years. But I've always thought, like, if you're somebody Taylon's size, who's 6'6", 235 or whatever, versus somebody Jordan Anthony's size, who's, 5'10", something like that, I always felt like the bigger guy is going to carry those pads a little better. The bigger, stronger guy is going to carry those pads a little bit better than the smaller guy. I don't think that always gets taken into account. What were you saying, Randy?
No, I was just thinking what measurements, when we're trying to compare apples to apples, I don't know if it's fair to do that when you're talking as a college freshman or even as a college senior compared to an NFL player. But it's just like, why do you measure if you're not going to measure them in the actual attire in which they're going to be playing? As a baseball player, when we did all of our measurements, we had on cleats, we had on a baseball uniform, same thing. Whatever that batting helmet. And I'm wondering why they don't put them in helmets, why they don't put them in cleats, shoulder pads to do their testing.
I've wondered that for 20-something years, Randy.
Basketball,
why not put them in shoulder pads?
Basketball, you take their shoes off. What are you doing?
I don't understand that. They're not playing barefooted.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
never have seen a barefooted basketball player.
Not on purpose.
Well, not on a basketball court. You may have street court, but All right, Trey. Great to have you back.
See you, buddy.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, being brought to you by Crain Hyundai in Genesis of Conway. Coming up next, the Patrick Bradley.
Brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fun Monday edition of Morning Mayhem is in the books. Want to thank Eli Loving for coming by and playing some music for us. Also want to thank Jack Allen, Chris Kane, Bill Vickery, and Pat Bradley for being on the show. Tomorrow, Rick Schaeffer comes and chops it up with us. Also, John Daly stops by and a whole lot more. It's Morning Mayhem, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
At Mosquito Joe, we're constantly looking for ways to make your outdoor experience better. That's why we always use the latest technology.
Technology? To get rid of bugs?
Well, most mosquito treatments only eliminate mosquitoes that are around when it's applied. But did you know, at Mosquito Joe, we use products that are microencapsulated, so they continue to work for weeks after our technician leaves your property.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah, at Mosquito Joe, we love making outside fun again. Advanced products, top quality service, and all done with a satisfaction guarantee.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Caddy's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let a Caddy's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. Often imitated but never duplicated. This is Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Bart Reed, thanks to Martin Orthopedics, Ray Tucker. I'm Randy Rainwater. The Blue Dog Room. That is at the Wyndham Hotel, part of the Riverfront Steakhouse. The Blue Dog Room. Now, the reason why we're putting this front and center is because, believe it or not, we can start talking about the fall, all the fall parties, and whether it's Thanksgiving or Halloween or especially Christmas, where you have the Christmas parties. Well, they're booking now at the Wyndham Hotel. And the Blue Dog Room holds up to 25. And it's a great dinner spot. The Razorback Room, available for up to 40. It's a great meeting, dinner room. It has a private bar. Now, these rooms are not only beautiful, but they come with royal service, which includes my man, Chip. If you've ever been to the Riverfront Steakhouse, if you don't know who Chip is, you're missing the boat, so to speak. He is known as the best server in Central Arkansas. And Uncle Shapur is like being the captain of your group. So, yes, that's why they're talking about royal service. And, of course, the ballrooms are available from $50 to $300 for great food and 220 rooms for a fabulous stay. So be sure and just ask, go by and ask, you like to tour all their great entertainment facilities. That's all you got to do. Go by the Wyndham, say you need to visit, you want to check out the Wyndham, and then ask for a tour of all their great entertainment facilities. And most importantly, call William for all your reservations. That is 501-371-9000, 501-371-9000. Make your party plans now. The party begins now at the Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock. Well, let's just do this. Since we gave the royal treatment to Trey a moment ago, let's give the royal treatment to our next guest.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Gwatney GMC. It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart! Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
Patrick!
If you yell in my ear like that again, Rennie, I'm going to deck you over
I
there.
was doing that way.
That.
I was looking that direction.
You all right in there, Kramer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick, good afternoon.
Where are you, PB?
What's up, Pat?
I'm not allowed to talk any louder than this, Patrick.
It's like ASMR.
They get you on a volume restriction, are they, Randy?
Yeah, I didn't realize that I could only talk so loud now.
The new Ray Tucker rule.
Hey, the deal is I have great hearing, and Randy's just a little louder than most people. And he's the host.
I have got to tell you, Raymond, you would have suffered greatly had you been at the SEC football media days. There was a guy from Chattanooga, and I don't know where the other dude was from, but one of them was right beside us, and the other one was just down the hallway. And you talk about loud. Those guys didn't need a microphone. I don't care if they were inside the College Football Hall of Fame or not. They didn't need a microphone. Those who were listening in Chattanooga, they heard him minus the microphone. And the thing about it is, he had a 3-hour program, and he's talking about welcome to hour number 2 or hour number 3. I can't remember what he said. And this is like when David was signing on at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking, who in the world have you been yelling at for these past 2 hours? Who's awake to know it?
Turns out he's not even on the air anywhere. He just was come hang out.
I guess that's the case. He's just like yelling. Anyway, good afternoon, Patrick.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
You're coming to us from where today?
Well, I'm nowhere exciting. Just listening to you guys and enjoying a Monday afternoon.
Was that a political response?
I think it's a very political response.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice if I was calling from New York City again or Martha's Vineyard. I know you guys would get excited about that.
You must have been on Soul Train. You danced around that pretty good.
All right, Patrick, do you realize there's 33 days until Arkansas Razorback football? 33 days.
Well, this is about the time where, early August is mid-August is about the time when people start predicting 10-win season, 11-win season. Everyone gets a little bit more positive as the season inches closer.
What radio station are you listening to?
Well, Ray, right after the season, it seems like everybody's excitement is hits the peak, and when their excitement is peaking, that's when all the high number of win predictions seems to come through.
Well, it may be a couple of weeks before Randy asks you to predict how many wins for Arkansas this year. But
why not? Why not today?
Man, you're gonna give me time, Randy.
Oh, I got to give you time. Okay, all right, Patrick.
So what did they have it on the Saracen?
5.5. 5.5. It was the same as it was last year. 5.5. I went over last year. I wouldn't carry a little bit of money. I thought they'd win 6 regular season, and they did.
You're going under this year.
Yeah.
No, I probably will go the same.
Okay.
Probably go over 5.5. But I don't think the odds will be as good this year for over 5.5. I think I would probably, that's what I was telling you earlier, is look at the exact number of victories. Try to predict. I'd go ahead and say they're going to win 6 games because I think the odds are better that way than they are just at 5.5.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Pat, would you take the Razorbacks for 24 wins right now, the basketball team?
A question for you, Pat.
Pat went. He's back trying to figure out a political answer.
No, I didn't quite catch the end of it, but
no, 24.
Would you take 24 wins if somebody said, "Hey, if you're a betting man"?
Basketball.
Coach Cal.
24 wins regular season.
Just
SEC may not be as tough as it was last year, but overall. But I think it's going to be another tough. It's going to be another tough grind in the conference. And your Coach Cal challenges those guys non-conference.
That's the one thing he does do. You're going to play some non-conference studs,
which we all appreciate it. I mean, players appreciate it. Of course, I know there's a lot of coaches out there that it's valuable to have a team come in and that you're going to win, and this way you kind of get guys playing early on. But boy, we all like those big challenging games, neutral site games. I didn't quite catch. Did they have any non-conference home games that are like the Power 5, Power 6 non-conference?
All right, Patrick. This is what I know is their non-conference schedule. November the 3rd, Southern. That's at Fayetteville, Southern. November the 11th, Central Arkansas. That's Fayetteville. There is to be a TBA that is on CBS Sports Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That is Bud Walton. I thought that had already been announced.
It has been announced.
Who the opponent? Let me get my calendar out here. I thought that had already been announced. And I'm just looking at this. Maybe just all the blanks have been filled in. Okay, November. Duke. That's Duke in Chicago, so that's not in Fayetteville.
He plays marquee games in marquee places.
That's right.
Yeah.
And gets the ultimate publicity.
Okay, well, there's another TBA, CBS Sports, and it's got Thanksgiving. Bud Walton. So there's 2 more games that's got to be filled in there. Then November the 27th, they've got it right here, Duke United Center in Chicago. December the 3rd, Louisville. That's the SEC ACC Challenge, Bud Walton Arena. December the 13th, Texas Tech, American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. December the 20th, Houston, Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The date to be announced is Michigan State. They're playing that in East Lansing. And then the final non-conference game is in Verizon in North Little Rock, and I thought that had already been determined.
You want to take that 24 back?
Yeah, no doubt, Pat. Forget I said 24. That's a brutal schedule.
Well,
I mean,
Patrick, let's look at it this way then. Where would you put Arkansas? Would you put them in the top 3, finish in the top 3 in the SEC regular season, SEC play?
I mean, there's no question that they've got the talent to do that. Absolutely no question. I think we kind of saw last year what a lot of coaches of fan bases are a little nervous of is when you're putting together so many new guys, how long does it take them to mesh together? And we saw that at the beginning of the SEC. That's a challenging thing. But there's no doubt, I think, that they've got an opportunity to do that, for sure.
Pat, don't you think the tough games like that, though, bring the freshmen along quicker?
Oh, yeah. I love it. I mean, it's, those guys are going to be important this year, too. I think those freshmen coming in are going to play a lot of minutes.
Our own Rick Schaeffer sent me this picture. Says, hope you're having a great show. There's a picture standing, watching the game at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Yeah, Rick, thanks. Rub it in the nose. Hey, Ty Patrick, we will step away for a moment. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Thursday morning, bringing the mayhem to Fletcher Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Sherwood. Stop by or check out their selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at FletcherDeals.com.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater, Holton, Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you.
Brought to you by the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Richard Yeager, Steve Ferguson, or Jason Daly in Little Rock today.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is Employee Pricing Plus continues through July. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay and you get all the rebates. The great news is the biggest discounts of the year on every new vehicle in stock. Buy today and make no payments for up to 90 days and take advantage of our available sales tax paid. Up to $14,000 off all new Ram Laramie half-tons. Up to $7,000 off the all-new Jeep Wrangler. And up to $8,000 off the all-new Jeep Gladiator. And you can get the new Jeep Compass for only $399 a month with no payments for 90 days. Also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in, pick out your new car. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge in Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you. With state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, it's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Want to remind you, the heat, it is real, folks. Stepped in the vehicle, what did it say, 108, which I realize that is heat index. That is not what they call the actual temperature, but nevertheless, it's hot out there, folks. Take care. Hydrate. Hydrate with that Core Hydration water, that 30-ounce Core Hydration water. I'm still bravely challenging the elements each day to go get my Renoco cup of coffee to get my day started off right, but it is hot out there, folks, even at 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. It's hot. It's as humid as much as anything, I guess. The 16-ounce Rockstar, 2 for $4, and they got the 20-ounce Pepsi. That is 2 for $4.50, or the 20-ounce Mountain Dew, 2 for $4. And the 28-ounce Gatorade, 2 for $5. Those are just some of the great specials you will find each and every day, each and every month at your local Double B's. And don't forget that great ice cream, that Blue Bunny ice cream. And if you're in the Cabot, Clinton area, be sure and stop in and check out the great flavors that they have, including praline pecan, mint chocolate chip, and my favorite, cookies and cream. That's Double B's. Where you gas it, grab it, and go. Make it Double B's.
Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
All right, Patrick, I want to give you a dark horse. And maybe not necessarily just to win the Ohio Valley, but I'm saying look out for the Little Rock Trojans.
Yeah.
I've got a chance. They're going to be freaky good this year.
Now, Randy, you've been out. Yeah, you've been out to watch them practice?
Not yet, but I don't have to go out and watch them to know some of the names that they have. What Coach DW has put together out there. This is going to be a excellent, excellent team.
I've been to watch them twice, and I've come away very impressed. The one thing that Coach Walker has that he did not have last year is he has depth, and he has lots of it. And I think this is going to be one of those teams, Pat, where you could start 2 different 5s and not hurt yourself.
Wow.
And they've got size, they've got guards. And on paper and looking at them, they've got it all. Now, will they gel? Can they gel? Will they have chemistry? Will they have an identity? That's all to be decided. But I'll tell you what, they work really hard, and right now Darryl Walker's working on defense. If you're going to play for him, you're going to defend, and they're getting after it. Practice is a lot of fun to watch.
Well, good. I'm glad he's done an excellent job, and Coach Walker has with the transfer portal, and obviously getting Burgess, obviously very highly rated player. So it's great to see that, and then you got to pray to stay healthy, right? Ray. I mean, that's
Amen to that.
one of the things
You know,
that's important. But that depth will help also.
they got a transfer from Western Kentucky, a nice player. They got one from Penn State, a big body guy, 6'8", 6'9", and really gets after it. You got Toon got back, who was Defensive Player of the Year in OVC. KK Robinson's back. His brothers, all the Robinsons. We got 3 Robinsons this year, Pat. You're talking about doing a game, and you got 3 guys all last name Robinson. It gets pretty, and all their first names start with a K, so you can't abbreviate them.
Well, if there's anyone who can do it, it's you, Ray.
I'll send checks in the mail.
Just say Robinson shot the ball. Robinson rebound. That's all you got to do.
It's a tough league to win, though. Ohio.
It's a good league.
It's a great league. Great basketball league.
I don't know what everybody else added, but I do know what Little Rock added.
Should be a fun year. I'm just giving you a heads up, Patrick. That way, when you're talking on the SEC network, you just slide that in there. Boy, look out for this Little Rock team. They're going to be really, really good this year.
Right.
Yeah, tell them what you want them to hear, right?
Yeah. Speaking of that, I know we touched on a little bit of the Hog schedule, but is Little Rock, what's some of their bigger non-conference games?
You know what? They've not announced their schedule yet, but I think we play. I think we play 5 of the first 7 on the road.
Woo!
Sounds like last year.
Well, last year we had a lot of home games.
Oh, was it the year before? It seemed like there was a year where it seemed like the first month it seemed like you were nothing but on the road.
Oh yeah, but I've seen a little bit of the schedule. I'm not at liberty to say who they're playing yet, but I'll just let them hopefully the schedule will come out here pretty soon.
I think Arkansas is it Arkansas is pretty close to being complete. I know there's a couple of dates they need to nail down.
I think when I saw the schedule, there were two to be determined.
Yeah, I think it's
say that real fast.
Yeah, I think they're very close to having it nailed down. Patrick, since we're both Boston Celtic fans, what do you think about all their off-season moves? I mean, it almost looked like for a while there they were just trying to do a salary dump more than anything.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of NBA teams are gonna come up against issue with the salary cap, and you'll see kind of a lot of movement going on. Did I see correctly with Jordan Walsh?
Yes.
He signed an extension. Did I see that right?
Made the 14-man roster. So
made the 14-man roster.
So he's on it as of right now. But
Well, he was what a draft pick.
Yeah.
Boy, they got fortunate, the Celtics, and you knew it was going to take a couple of seasons in the G League and of him developing, and they had the time to wait. I mean, that's what. Yeah. The Oklahoma City did the same thing, but I'm happy for Jordan, Great Lands. How about all those guys? Yeah. Anthony Black, the Orlando Magic, around young good team on the rise. Obviously, we've got the 2 guys that just won with the Thunder, Moses Moody.
Yep. It's incredible.
With a great organization. Even it's you think of the young guys, but Bobby. I mean, Bobby is still having a heck of a ride.
Yeah.
And who knows where he'll end up with his success. So all those guys are pretty fortunate to land in good spots.
What has happened to Mason Jones? Wasn't he with the Lakers there?
He was drafted.
Oh, Mason Jones
to Philly.
I saw him in a game the other night.
Yeah, I think he's G League, 2A, one of those type of.
To look it up. Him and Isaiah Joe got drafted to Philly at the same time.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And I think actually
Mason
played a little more.
I don't know what organization is he with now. Is it the Lakers still?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking you, Patrick.
Speaking of Lakers, how about Austin Reeves, Arkansas kid,
Oh,
right?
my gosh. Cedar Ridge, Arkansas. What a story.
Pat, when you look at his numbers, 20 points, was it 7 rebounds, 5 assists?
He's holding out for that max contract.
Yeah, he's playing summer league with the Kings. Is what he's currently doing.
I mean,
it is the Kings. Gotcha. Okay. Talking about Mason Jones.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Impressive what player Austin Reeves turned out to be. That's an incredible story.
But now, is it not? You can only play 2 years in the G League.
I don't know about that.
Is it 2 or 3 years? I mean, there's like a cap. You can't just play in it.
Is there?
I don't think indefinitely.
We need to look at that.
Well, he went from the Lakers G League to the Lakers for a small contract. Then he went to Mexico, and then he went to Lhasa.
Because like with Jordan Walsh, like I don't know if you saw him this summer, Pat, but he looked phenomenal in the summer league. Like he averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, but he shot 47% from the field, 40% from three, which is what really kept him out. But listen, the Celtics have just been that good. Some of it. It's hard
hard to break in that lineup. Yeah. All right, Patrick, hang tight. We got a little bit more to go with the Pat Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen. Hour number 3, straight ahead. Ray Tucker, Bart Reed, I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Drive Time Sports by Aero Truck Sales. Find them online at aerotruck.com.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Don't worry, we don't understand ourselves either. 1037 The Buzz.
Police across Arkansas are on the lookout for the suspect in a double homicide at a state park. Arkansas State Police say 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink were killed at Devil's Den State Park over the weekend. They were walking on a trail with their 2 daughters when the attack happened. The girls were not hurt and were told are safe with family now. State Police say the unknown man drove a black 4-door sedan with its license plate covered by tape. Investigators are asking all park visitors to review any footage they have of that day for possible images of the suspect. They say he's a white male with a medium build, wearing a long-sleeve shirt, dark pants, dark hat, sunglasses, who had a backpack with him and was wearing fingerless gloves. Anyone with any information about what happened to the Brinks is asked to call State Police. And we could soon learn more about a deadly shooting in Conway. 2 people were killed at the Westbury Park Apartments near the intersection of Dave Ward and Nutter Chapel Friday night. The attack sent 2 others to the hospital. Police say all 4 suspects involved have been accounted for. Police are planning to release more details about this incident later today. I'm Sincere Tonsel with KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Extremely hot weather back in a forecast for today. A heat advisory for central Arkansas with a heat index of 105 or higher with an actual high temperature of 98 today in Little Rock. Tonight, there's a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm overnight. There's just a 10% chance of rain with an overnight low of 79. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Every day in Arkansas, children face crises like poverty, instability, and family separation. But there is hope. Arkansas Family Alliance connects community members like you to urgent needs like beds, clothing, food, and more through the Care Portal platform. Over 1,300 families have already been impacted. You can help reach even more by becoming a community champion. Whether you're part of a business, church, team, or just want to serve, learn how to get involved at arfamilyalliance.org or call 4769-4110 because strong families build strong communities.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Arkansas is blessed with abundant rainfall, making our state a verdant landscape. Even if it rains more than usual, which it does sometimes, don't complain. Years ago, I was preaching in West Texas, and the farmer leading the benediction was interrupted by a thunderclap and a deluge from the heavens. He got choked up, thanked God, and said amen. It had not rained there for over 2 months. Sometimes we forget how dependent we are on the blessings of the Almighty. Double B celebrates another of God's good gifts, ice cream. In Cabot and Clinton, Mr. B's hand-dipped flavors are ready to add flavor to your life. In our other stores, the wide array of choices will dazzle. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Summer's heating up, and Brewski's is your chill zone. Doors open at 11 a.m. daily. Happy hour starts when you walk in the door, so come crush a slow lunch with smash burgers, loaded fries, and wings and 11 wild sauces. And now, booking a VIP section for that special night out in your favorite downtown Little Rock hotspot is easier than ever at brewskispubandgrub.com. Just pick your section, pick your date, and pay online in 3 easy steps. Brewski's downtown in North Little Rock, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
It's Justin Acre with Lorbeth from Kaufman by Design West and Lorbeth. I'm so excited about the upcoming months. We've got great holidays upon us, and at Kaufman by Design West, you have everything to get folks outside and celebrating.
We have grilling season coming up, so we've got big green eggs and tons of accessories, and then it's also outdoor season. So we've got lots of in-stock steel products, toolkits, coolers, travel cases.
And for those who want to do some home improvement, we've got power tools galore. You can find it all at Kaufman by Design West, 14900 Cantor Road, out west past Taylor Loop. They're also online at kaufmanlumber.com.
We all have that nagging pain. For me, it was in my back, and I thought it would go away if I kept running. If I really worked to my core strength, it might dissipate. Well, guess what? That's not always the case. Hey, everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics. If you have that continued pain, you should schedule your free consultation today with the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. They've turned around thousands of lives with their regenerative treatments that work with your body to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. And these are natural therapies, so we're not heading to the pharmacy all the time. We're not going back to the doctor after surgery all the time. And the best news is you can bring your x-rays and MRI to QC Kinetics. It's a no-pressure chat and a thorough evaluation that could change your life. So stop living with that day-to-day joint and muscle pain. Pick up the phone right now and call QC Kinetics today. 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. One more time, call QC Kinetics at 501-222-8440.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
It's a summer of savings at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Get up to $12,000 off select in-stock Silverado 1500s. Or drive a new Trailblazer with payments as low as $299 a month and rates starting at 3.9%. Plus, huge savings on used cars with available sales tax paid on select inventory. Visit GwatneyChevrolet.com or stop by 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 collar-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer on vacation. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Gwatney Buick GMC. It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart. Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
Also, sometimes Kramer.
As you look at this, Patrick, sometimes you open up your emails and you're like, wow, this came in my email? Yeah, it did. Kyle Parkinson puts this out. It's a grid. It shows you the Arkansas 2025 fall camp schedule. And as we have been told, July 31st is called now Media Day. Woo! Okay, now if I'm trying to read this correctly, Media Day is going to, I guess, consist of Sam Pittman. That will be Media Day. Because that starts at 2 o'clock. Then 2:30, you will have Souders, who I believe is the strength and conditioning coach. I think that's correct. Then the next day, practice starts, August the 1st, on Friday. I'm not sure that this is not a first under Sam Pittman. 6:20 a.m. 6:20 a.m. And I was reading through the notes here that practice viewing will be allowed that day, and that is the first 20 minutes of practice. So they're not going to be able to, for the fall, they're not going to be able to watch, but 20 minutes, media will not be allowed, but to watch 20 minutes of practice. Then usually when we used to see 6:20, that meant 3-a-days.
Yeah.
That.
Exactly.
Patrick, did you have, under Coach Richardson, did y'all ever have 6 o'clock in the morning practices? Pat, wake up!
During 2-a-days, you have to.
2-a-days, you started at 6 in the morning?
Yeah, well, you especially with class. You have to knock out one of them before classes begin in the morning.
Gotcha.
Now, what time did y'all run the hill?
We did that. That was every Friday, and that was a morning one, Ray. So that was like a 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and you do that once a week, and then throughout the week the regular conditioning.
Did you ever have the airport run?
Oh, no.
Well, Coach Richardson was telling the story about Oliver Miller.
Yeah.
And apparently he never actually ran it. He might have a friend pick him up and give him some assistance.
Hey, you got to give him credit. He wasn't going to be outsmarted.
Can you imagine Coach waiting on you as you get out of that car? I wouldn't want to face Coach Richardson at that particular moment. All right, 6:20 is, I guess, the practice start. I guess the media needs to be there at 6 o'clock for practice viewing for the first 20 minutes, and then they will get a chance to meet with Coach Pittman again and some players.
So the meeting's expected to be there at 6 a.m.?
That's what I'm guessing, Raymond.
You think
in the morning?
In the morning. That's why I was asking you about. Pat, did you have 6 o'clock practices under Coach Richardson? Because I don't remember ever Coach Pittman, Sam Pittman, having a 6:20 practice in the morning.
Is that an in your face to the media? Is that what that is?
Well, why do you start off that way? Because the next day is a little bit better, obviously, 9:15 a.m. Saturday morning. Then you got Turner, the tight end coach, and then tight end players. And let's see, they practice Sunday, 9:15 a.m., practice viewing. Scott Fountain and the specialist, that will be Sunday. Then they begin right back on Monday, 9:15 a.m., practice viewing. Coach Fouch and then the wide receiver players. And on Tuesday, 9:15 a.m., practice viewing. Coach Perry, defensive backs. And then Wednesday the 6th, they're off. And the first day of pads, they can actually start pads, is on August the 7th. It's practice number 6, 9:15, practice viewing, full pads. That would be the offensive line and Mateos. And then practice 7 is 9:15, practice viewing, Coach Smith, and then the running backs. Then Saturday the 9th, they'll actually have their first scrimmage. There will be 2 scrimmages. Is that correct? Yeah, 2 scrimmages. And the next scrimmage will be on the 16th. Then the 23rd, practice number 20, no media availability. In fact, they start shutting it down from the media. Yep, in fact, that is it. Closed starting Thursday, the 21st. In fact, no, it goes back further than that. Where they start actually cutting off practice. Closed. The Saturday scrimmage is closed, which is no surprise. But then they take Sunday the 17th off, but Monday practices are closed through kickoff on the 30th.
Wow.
Yep.
Pretty amazing.
Shutting it down.
Pretty amazing if you watch the NFL Network and you got all these training camps going on and the stands are full of people.
What's amazing on that is take it one step further. They give locker room access to the players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now colleges are going, Arkansas, everything comes out of, they want everything to come out of Fayetteville, right? Isn't that what the deal is? Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Seems like it's the devil.
Okay, the devil's on the loose. Okay, that's what it seems like, Raymond.
Randy, no more, Ray, no more locker room access.
You know, it's interesting. Is it not interesting, though, Patrick? In the SEC, correct me if I'm wrong, in the SEC basketball tournament, they have open locker rooms. Do they not? I know in the NCAA tournament, they have open locker rooms. In the now, they did not have open locker rooms in the regionals, but they had open locker room in the College World Series. But they did not in the super regionals or regionals have open locker rooms. But yet,
so I wonder if. So I'm not exactly sure. Right now where they're at with that, but I do remember this. Some of the games that I would work and they were on the road. If there wasn't a proper sort of setup for the road team, to kind of come out and talk with the media.
Yeah, no, they do. They do. I remember at Mississippi State, you were in a closet, and I mean it was a dungeon to begin with, but they put you in a closet to talk to the players and the coach. But yeah, most will afford, a room where the players can come in, players, depending upon if they want one or two, and then the coach. But yeah. But the locker rooms are not open. That's the thing. On regular season, I don't think any locker room is open. I know in football, neither locker room is open now, period. And the only access you have to players is in that post-conference. And that's usually with the moderator, with someone moderating, and you've got the coach and a couple of players.
Right.
But the tournament's different.
Right.
I've never understood that, at least lately over the last couple of years, why that is a major difference, where all season long you didn't have any access to the locker room. Now you are in postseason play, College World Series or NCAA tournament. Now you've got open locker rooms. It just seems strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if it. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
When you
But
say open locker
I
rooms,
know-
what do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, what they'll do is they'll open up the locker room.
Oh, okay. So any
You go in,
media
yeah,
person
you go in there with your,
Yeah,
your
I mean-
cameras and your notepads and whatever,
Gotcha.
and
There are
get
two.
what you want.
There
Try to.
in basketball, they usually have 3 players on the podium plus the head coach, but the rest of the locker room is open. Now it's pretty limited. You've only got like 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
No more than 15 max. I think really right about 10 minutes. Same thing in baseball. You'll have 3 players pretty much up on the podium with Dave Van Horn, but the rest of the locker room will be open for about 10 minutes, which you've gone all season long not talking to them at all.
I see.
Right.
And,
Yeah, well,
No
I mean,
big
I-
deal.
And
I'm
usually
not
those
sure
3 players are the star players.
Well,
of the
yeah,
game. Okay.
obviously,
Okay.
yeah. But every once in a while, I mean, if you had, a high-scoring game, and yeah, you may have 3 players up on the podium, but there may be 3 other guys who had a
Yeah.
heck of a game
that you want to talk to.
that you want to talk to. Yeah.
But I'll give you a good example. That's the way it was when Baz played, and that's the way it was when Pat played. And because it was that way, we built relationships with these guys, and
Oh, yeah.
now here we are working with them. Well, you're not going to get that anymore.
I see.
No.
So it changes the relationship dynamic.
And you don't have a relationship.
Now, Raymond.
It was back in those days. There was no time constraint.
No,
I mean,
no restriction.
God bless Bob, our great friend Bobby Holt. You had to stay there, and you had to answer every single one of his
Oh, yeah.
questions.
I can't remember how many times I interviewed you, Patrick, after a game.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's
We had a lot of fun though.
yeah.
It was
But I mean,
actually a lot of fun.
that was the way it was back then, though. You had access to the players, football, basketball. I've told this story countless times, Pat, but I'll tell it one more time just for the sake of it. That's after that devastating loss, the Sterner fumble in Knoxville.
Oh.
And I go into the Arkansas locker room, and I off to the right in this little corner, so to speak. That was the offensive lineman's corner. And I had talked to Grant Garrett. I had talked to Brandon Burlsworth. I can't tell you how many times. And I'll never forget what Brandon, because I said, guys, because they were crying. They were visibly upset.
Crushed.
And I said, guys, no. Brandon Burlsworth said no. You talk to us in victory, and that was their first loss. If you talk to us in victory, you're going to talk to us in defeat. And I mean, I had my respect for him went up 200%. If it even went up 200, because I already had sky high respect for him. But
right.
I just thought, wow. I remember talking to Grant, Brown, drawing a blank on his first name, but all those guys. I mean, that was the locker room. You went it both good times, and you went it in bad times. And now you don't go into it at all.
No, you might not. Some of these guys don't even talk to somebody all season, really, right?
And now, with NIL, we want to talk. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody, you got to go through their agent. Talk to them.
You don't even go. True. That's a good point.
Just think about it, Pat. We put microphones in front of your face. You got used to it. You got used to doing interviews. You found out what it was like. Now you do the exact same thing. But you get you get experience. And even if you continue just to play and people interview, you know the right way and the wrong way and how to avoid things you don't want to answer.
Well, you guys remember the media guides. They used to put your home address
and phone number. Yeah.
A little different time, huh?
And they had like they had Coach Broyles phone information where if you had the media guide, you could call Coach Broyles. Coach Richardson. Can you imagine?
I never had the courage to do that.
No. No.
Never.
But I'm sure they fielded, their secretaries had to field some fantastic calls from the fans, I'm sure.
But, this is what some of these NBA executives are saying. They're going through the interview process with some really talented players, and they're so underwhelmed by the interpersonal skills that they know that they're either going to have to coach them up or make sure they're not in a room unsupervised too long. And, you would think you would be in a position where that would be important because flow of information is faster, but that's all you hear from a lot of these guys, right, Pat? They really struggle in interview situations.
And Bart, you know what I've found is, like, the parents love when their kids are on TV getting interviewed. The kids even appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like some universities, or maybe you're right, it is agents, but they try to shield them when I don't. Like 90% of them. There's obviously going to be some shy guys who, really probably would rather not. But it's a shame because they really enjoy it when they do get a chance to talk. The parents, obviously, the parents at games are like, oh yeah, we love them.
Yeah.
Getting to know them, and so I think there's a big part of it that, they get shielded for them, but you kind of feel bad because they don't get to enjoy that side of it. It's fun when somebody wants to talk about the game you just played or your team or where you're from, that kind of thing. So, they're going to find a happy medium.
I did TV for 25 years. Every year we did an hour-long special. At the time, we only had 3 stations here in Little Rock, but we all did hour specials. And you went up there and you got what you wanted. I mean, you had access to everybody.
Yeah.
But no longer. Oh well, we've said
unless you're with the SEC network.
We've said our piece. Okay.
Yeah, we've said our piece.
Well, you know what's funny?
Beat that horse to death.
It's funny. It's like in this day of social media, it feels like you know so much more about people because they're putting everything on social media.
Right.
But when you get less access, it's like I'll scroll through Twitter, for instance, and you name the sport or university or whatever, pro team, and they're tweeting out all this stuff that the players at practice and this and that, but yet you can't go up and actually be there. You gotta, in a day and age where it's almost sort of ironic where you can't hide anything because of all social media.
But Pat, could you imagine?
The strange thing is that you're still limited.
Us going back in the day and taking the time to read all this stuff on social media. How could you ever have time? Because you get these personal feuds. Because where would you ever get time to work on your game? Like, it's really, I have no idea.
I think the term would be post and ghost. You post it, then you walk away, man.
Well, it's like Coach Cal said. You use it as a one-sided conversation, right? He uses social media as a totally one-sided. He posts what he wants to post, but doesn't. But I mean, these kids and a lot of the parents, man, they're wanting to go back and forth with kids on their level. Or
a lot of the incoming freshmen and new players for the basketball team, they're just the only thing that I've seen that they do is a lot of TikToks, and it's just all the challenges and all the dances and stuff like that. But you get to see that they're bonding and they're having a good time, and I think that's great. And then you just don't read any comments ever.
It's interesting, Pat. And this was probably from Coach Cal going down, but there was not, to my knowledge, there was not any NIL deals on radio made with any University of Arkansas basketball players last year. You think about that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There was not one. There was not one.
Yeah.
They could have listened to maybe Coach Musselman's last year and probably decided that might not be it. Sorry.
Well, that's it. And that's the thing. It's like there has to be, because I played with guys who probably wouldn't want to, wake up at 8 a.m. Although your show is, obviously a little bit later, but they just at that age they don't grasp.
Yeah, that's true.
How you can use that as even I don't know, what do you pay $100? I mean, $100 a week. It's But you would hope that in part of, and I don't know if they do this. I thought maybe they did do this, but I don't know if you do it or Rainwater. But I just always felt like there has to be more of a deeper effort to help these guys understand their platform.
Yep.
At least help them understand, like, hey, you get on a microphone, you can say whatever you want. It's a powerful thing.
Very.
You better believe it is.
They can work
Amen
for
to that.
you. They can work against you, too.
Sure can.
All right, Patrick.
Amen.
Always a pleasure. We'll talk with you next Monday. That is the Pat Bradley. Thanks to Bet Saracen. Drive Time Sports will continue in a moment. Up next, DW. That's right, the coach of the Little Rock Trojans. Stay with us.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with the Buzz and Jordan Wicks. I'm going to be joining the show. That's thanks to Crain Buick GMC of Conway. Always a pleasure to have him join us, and then followed up right by Pat Bradley. Thanks to River City Flooring. It's going to be fun one. Plenty to talk about. Eli Crain is going to join the show, let you know what book you need to be reading. And everybody wants to know, what's the plan this weekend? Well, look no further than Susan Irwin. She's going to be on, thanks to Willie D's, with her Entertainer's Guide to the Weekend, The Zone. Make sure you tune in to The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tap Time with Bryce Nall and Scott Parton, presented by New Province Brewing, returns this Thursday at 7. Tap Time is Little Rock's premier radio show for beer lovers by beer lovers. Tap Time Thursday from 7 till 8 on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the Edwards Food Giant Studios.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with top quality equipment from Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower and receive your choice of a free 3,500 PSI pressure washer or inverter 2,200 watt generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. But hurry, supplies are limited and offer ends July 31st. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Stop by Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pond Street in Cabot, and find them on Facebook.
It's Justin Aker for Shoota Pro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Sports allow us to play, learn, and grow. But there's something more important than victory. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we believe every athlete deserves to be safe. Safe from abuse and misconduct on and off the field. We equip athletes, parents, coaches, and others with the right education to recognize, prevent, and respond to harmful behavior. Join the movement to champion respect and end abuse at uscenterforsafesport.org.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. It's gut check time Drive Time Sports is back on the Buzz Radio Network.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales event is underway at Crain Hyundai. In fact, we'll be there on Thursday with 2 big locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. You won't believe the deals you can get away with, like 0% financing for 60 months on the new Santa Fe and Palisades. That's right, Bart. And Palisades. You can drive payment-free for 90 days. You'll get America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai assistance along with the Crain commitment. New Elantra start at just $23,499, and you're going to save thousands and lower your payments. The banks are saying yes, so come see Crain Hyundai with 2 big locations, Colonel Glenn Road in Little Rock, Warden Road in North Little Rock, or go online at crainteam.com and check out all the great specials. And yes, we'll see you, Crain Hyundai, Colonel Glenn Road, this Thursday as Drive Time Sports takes it back on the road. Gosh, Bart, our record, we made it last time, 8. Now we got to go for 9, buddy.
9, got to be.
9.
Let's do it.
That's a big mountain to climb, but we're no small steppers, and this is no small stepper. Talking to Coach D.W. Darrell Walker of those Little Rock Trojans. Coach, how has the summer workouts progressed thus far?
Well, they've been good, to be honest about it, man. They've been good. Got a talented team. I like these guys. Got some length, got some athleticism, can shoot the ball. So it's just a fill-out period right now, trying to put things in offensively and defensively to get ahead of schedule.
DW, I think the greatest thing that I've heard thus far that you, over the last couple of years, I think you've threatened to dress out several games because of lack of depth. You're finally going to, maybe, knock on wood, you're going to have some depth going into this season.
Yeah, not going to work right now because the last couple of years it's been tough with injuries and major injuries to play guys 37, 36 minutes. That's just too much. But I thought we had a really good year for all the injuries that we had last year, Randy. But this year we got some depth, and if I can play 9 guys or 10, I will.
Raymond, you got questions for your coach?
I'm just letting you rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
Coach Walker, I listen, I have one. I've been a huge fan of what you do in a half-court set, and we've talked about some of the college basketball teams really struggle baseline, sideline, out of bounds. You seem to do such a great job with that. How has the NBA game really allowed you to kind of implement some, I guess, scoring opportunities and use those as scoring opportunities, taking the ball out of bounds?
Well, I tell you, it's funny you said that because I really run one set. We call it line, and it was something that the old Boston Celtics with Danny Ainge and McHale and Parrish and Dennis Johnson, those guys used to run, and I just added a little twist to it, and I got a bunch of options out of that set.
Darrell, one of the things that I have felt for years upon years upon years is too much in-state talent has left this state to go play somewhere else. You have done a fantastic job on capturing, if you will, some of this in-state talent. Talk about your young freshmen and what you're seeing so far.
Well, it's been fun, and it's not like we've never tried to recruit in-state guys. Most in-state guys is just really good players. They either want to go to the University of Arkansas or they want to leave. We've been fortunate enough that young Kellen Robinson wanted to be a Trojan. Could have been highly recruited if he just would have stayed out there. Wanted to come here. Terry and Burgess wanted to come here. They wanted to come and start a new trend here. And then, of course, we got Cam Wallace to transfer in from junior college. So KK is already here. We got Kason Robinson here. So we got a bunch of Arkansas kids here. So hopefully there's no excuse. Hopefully we can start getting 25 to 3,000 people in the arena every night.
Hey, Darrell, how much longer before they release KK? The doctors.
Oh, I don't know. KK's doing fine. Matter of fact, I talked to our team doctor today, and I was getting an injection in my shoulder, and we talked about KK. KK's doing well. Hopefully, it's no need for him to practice in August. There's nothing going on in August. We don't play the November the 3rd. So hopefully September or October he'll be ready to go full steam.
And when can we expect you to release the schedule?
As soon as I can get it done, as soon as I can get some teams to want to play us.
They've seen this roster. Yeah, they've seen this roster. I don't know.
We just said that. Yeah. So
these Power 5 schools, we're trying to get them, trying to play a game with them to raise some money, guys, and it's like, no, we're gonna pay somebody, but it ain't gonna be you guys. Right. And I'm saying to myself, to Coach Baker, boy, I hope we're as good as everybody thinks we are, because nobody wants to play us right now. Power 5 school.
So, Coach, offensively, do we see a lot of high ball screens again, high pick and roll with KK?
Well, I try to teach my guys how to play at the elbow with a lot of movement, cuts, and reads. And then I gradually move on to pick and roll, because most kids, when they come to play for me, it's just me.
Yeah.
All coaches, all players want to do is run pick and roll or ISO. That's what they know. That's what they've been taught.
Yep.
I'm more about hit the elbow, learn to play without the basketball, and then I will incorporate post-ups and pick and roll. I'll be crazy not to run pick and roll with KK Robinson and Kellen Robinson and Truman Clayton. I got some guys that can really run pick and roll. But I'm also trying to teach these guys how to play without the ball first.
Yep.
Daryl, how do you utilize Terrion? I mean, this is a young man who can play really, I think, almost anywhere from the 2 through the 5. But where do you envision? How do you plan to utilize Terrion Burgess?
Terrion is a guy that doesn't really have a position to me right now. Is he a power forward? No, he's not strong enough for that. Is he a small forward? Well, hell, he got small forward skills, that's for sure. He can pass like a guard. And the way we play, it doesn't matter, because we're going to hit the elbow, and Ray Tucker knows this. We're going to hit the elbow, and we're just going to start moving, and we're going to start playing. And what I've seen so far, what he's been doing within our offense, he knows how to play basketball. Physically, he just has to get stronger and understand that, he's not in high school anymore, that he's playing against better competition and some college guys that's 23, 24 years old. So that's been his learning curve. But picking up things offensively, shooting the ball way better than I thought he could shoot the basketball. Yep. I knew he could shoot it a little bit, but whoever he's been working with this summer before he got to us, he's really improved his shooting.
Yep. Really underrated part.
And I could say Kellen Robinson probably has been the best player in the summer. He's probably been the best player on my team this summer.
Is that because of the physicality? I've always said he's so physical.
Oh, he has an NBA body already.
Yeah.
The physicality is already there. The toughness is there. The willingness to be coached, and that's one thing I like about Kellen. I can get on his behind, and I've been known to get on guys' behind, and it's yes sir, no sir, and that's hard to find in today's generation, because when you say something to them, they want to get in the shell, they want to get mad at you, and he's not that type of guy. Oh, he's gonna be a really good basketball player. There's no doubt about that.
I was at practice the other day, and you challenged him. You said you're not competing enough or whatever. Oh boy, that fired him up. He gets that. He likes to defend too, Coach.
No, he is. Besides his brother KK, he is the most physical guard that I've ever had in this building. The physicality that he brings is just unbelievable.
So does he remind him of yourself?
Shit, if I had that body, I may have been a 6-time All-Star.
He doesn't have those bird legs, Randy.
No, he ain't got those bird legs. He's willing to learn. That's one thing I like about Kellen. Him and Terry, both these young kids were highly recruited. You guys know that, highly recruited, decided to come here and play. They're coachable, and they want to be good. They want to be good.
So, Coach, how much of your NBA pedigree, because I've always said this is now more than ever, the young guys are so aware of the level they want to get to. How much do you think that has drawn a lot of these top players to you as your NBA experience and your pedigree?
I think it has helped. I think at the end of the day, guys, let's just be honest about it. It's how many dollars you got. Let's not
sure.
beat around the bush with that.
Sure.
It's how many dollars you got. But me, for me to be a guy that has coached in the NBA and played in the NBA, been an assistant general manager, been an NBA scout, seen it, done it all. I'm sure that helps a little bit. A little bit. It doesn't hurt at all, for sure, guys.
Have you got a nickname yet for Kalen? I mean, I was thinking Truck.
No, he's a load man.
He's a load, man. He could, I don't know if he ever played football, but he could probably got a scholarship playing football too.
All right,
he's the most physical guard I've had ever since I've been. He's unbelievable, his physicality.
That was the reason why I was making the comparison to you. I don't think you or Alvin ever shot away from any kind of contact. So that was
he's built more like Alvin Robinson for sure. He's just not as tall as Alvin, but he has the physicality, he has the grit, and he's just one of those guys. He's a competitor. He's basically told me without saying it to my face, I'm going to play, Coach.
Yeah, well, I like that. What about Kaysen, Coach? How's he looking?
Well, Kaysen was looking fine until he got a little turf toe, so he's going to be out for. I guess he'll be back August the 18th or late August with that turf toe. Can really shoot the basketball. We had liked him early, and we're recruiting him and wanted to sign him, but he got hurt. Then he went to junior college and got hurt again. So we just decided to start recruiting him again because we like, hey, we don't need to get another guard. We Kaysen wants to come and play. He's just as good as any junior college guard out there, and we decided to recruit him. He wanted to stay at home and play with his brother, so it worked out good for us.
Yeah, when he's healthy, he's so explosive.
Coach, I
like, and he can shoot. He can shoot the basketball too.
Absolutely,
Daryl. I like the big kid out of Penn State.
Yeah, I got to get him from being. At Penn State, he just did a bunch of pick and rolls, and they just had him roll into the basket. He's a lot better than that. Ray, I don't know if you watch him after practice. He can flat out shoot the basketball. He can put the ball on the floor. But I got to understand, he's going to catch the ball at the elbow a lot and have the ball in his hand. He has to learn how to play, and he's playing like a robot right now. And I told him that today. You got to get out of that mode of what you did at Penn State. You're going to have more touches and more opportunities to score at this level and in my offense the way we're playing.
And he's got a mid-range jumper.
Now, he can shoot the basketball. There's no doubt about that. I like this team. I think this could be one of my better defensive teams, and I've had some really good defensive teams here. Hopefully we can play faster than we did last year. We couldn't play fast last year because we didn't have any depth. We got that now. We got guys that can push the ball, guys that can shoot, the athleticism, the quickness. My thing is to get us really good. This is the deal I make with my guys. Be really good defensively, suffocate defensively, and I'll kind of let you do anything you want on the other end offensively as long as you take a shot and pass the ball to the open guy.
I like it.
That's our deal.
Love it.
I love it, just like Coach Sutton drew it up. Right, Coach?
Go Trojans.
Thank you. Thank you, DW.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Darryl Walker, head basketball coach of those Little Rock Trojans. We'll come back and wrap it up in just a moment. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher, and today I want to talk to you about Fletcher Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, and Hyundai. I bet you didn't know you could have any of those makes in your driveway for less. Our Dodge store here in Sherwood is just one of our 9 stores in the Fletcher Auto Company. We represent 10 automobile brands. You probably didn't know our Honda store in Bentonville is the largest Honda store in the state. So when you need a new vehicle, go to our website, FletcherAuto.com. You can shop all of our inventory online. It's easy, folks. You can shop from your phone or at home. We have the Dodge, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Subaru, Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, and Hyundai. Just pick out the vehicle you want and we'll deliver it right to your door for the best price anywhere. They can handle the trade-in, appraisal, and financing. Just ask for the sales manager and start smiling. So for the best deal anywhere, shop FletcherAuto.com and give us a chance to earn your business. Thank you.
Calling all agents for the $950,000 Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries daily in August and September to win huge free play prizes or a 2025 BMW. Join us August 30th and September 27th when 10 lucky spies win up to $10,700 free play or your own getaway car, a 2025 BMW. You've got your mission. Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Coming down the home stretch. Drive Time Sports. Don't you run off yet. I'm getting ready to ask you a question. Headed out the door.
Well, I was just going to give them a lineup for Ray Tucker's Arkansas.
Well, I want the same lineup, okay? So.
Oh, okay.
He was inside track.
What is happening tonight on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors?
Look at my earpieces back in here. All right.
Oh, yeah, I need to yell at you, so do it.
We'll be visiting with Drew Ligon, who is a crappie jig manufacturer. Jared Ruggles, who is an outstanding trout guide on the White River, will join us. And Kenny Stevens, who is the head of North Little Rock Parks and Recreation, will join us, talk about the new, well, it's not a new archery range. They renovated the archery range at Burns Park, and that's what we're talking about.
So Kenny Stevens, is that who I'm thinking it is? Used to be Catholic high school? And
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, I think we grew up in Helena together.
Okay. No. Kenny, the Kenny that I'm talking about is much younger
We're talking about crappie fishing, trout fishing, and archery.
Okay. Now you can.
And we had started a series doing on state parks, and because of what happened at Devil's Den,
what a tragedy!
Horrific events. We were in agreement with the state parks people that we would not feature a state park this week. Okay.
That is horrendous, horrible. I've stayed there before at that particular area, and it's just hard to believe that something like that would happen. But anyway, yes, okay. Thank you, Raymond. I guess you'll be back sometime. Yeah, sometime before we sign off.
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
Let's see, Bart. I'm looking at this to make sure I need to do this too. Make sure I've got all of the feedback.
Listen, I thought, Coach. First of all, if you're in Central Arkansas and you're not watching the ULR Little Rock Trojans, you're missing out.
I know it's still hard to say it.
There's a lot of talent, but I think what Coach Walker said is play hard on defense, and I'm gonna let you be who you are on offense as long as you're hitting the open man and spacing. I can't tell you how brilliant but simple that is, because you just see so many coaches that try to micromanage every aspect of the game, and it ends up like a dynamite kitten blowing up in their face. So I really like what he was talking about, letting the guys grow and going through the elbows. I love his offensive philosophy.
Yeah, the saying, defense travels.
Defense travels, that's right.
It has traveled for years with Coach.
Alvin Robinson was at practice the other day, Randy.
I bet that was fun.
I don't remember him being that big a talker, but he said, Dale pointed out at me, I think what Darryl said to him was, you see that silver-headed white guy over there? You know who that is? said, gee, Daryl, I really appreciate that description. But anyway, he sat down and we talked and talked and talked. Oh, my Lord, he was wound up.
You put those two together, Daryl and Alvin Robertson, and I don't know that there was a better defensive tandem than those two. And if both had been prolific scorers, they might still be in the NBA today because they were such great athletes.
You know, Alvin was, I think, 4 times on the all-defensive team, and he was terrific. You did not want him to guard you, nor Daryl, neither one of them.
So I'll probably ask this. So playing for Coach Moncrief, who was the better overall defender between, I know, different ages? Coach Moncrief, Coach Robinson?
Sidney could shut you down. I might say
I can't.
I'd have to go with Alvin.
I can't pick one.
If I had to pick one, I might go Alvin because he was that tenacious. Because he had the whole package. He was, 6'4", 6'5".
Strong.
But, strong.
Tough.
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 I've always said I would not want to be in a street fight with Alvin Robertson.
No. You don't.
No. It would not be fair.
He's been in his share too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, if he was around today, in his prime, MMA, I'm not sure you would be talking about a world champion. Because,
okay,
heart of a lion, and mean as a junkyard dog, in a positive way.
Right, but it's hard for players to fathom that during that time. You take a great defender like that, and he can start with 2 hands on you because there's no hand check rule.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine how strong you have to be with the ball just to even get
Well, see, he was one of those that we had this debate. It seemed like if we did it once, we did it 100 times. And that was, could he have been a great tight end in football? Could he have been that great center fielder because he was fast?
Mm-hmm.
Could he have been that great center fielder in baseball? I mean, just one of those athletes that could do it all, or look like he could do it all.
Sure.
And like I said, I hate that phrase, like I said. If he were a great scorer, he may have been 4-time All-NBA, but I'm talking about long-term. He could have been recognized as one of the league's greatest ever.
So what was he missing? Ball handle to jump shots or catch and shoot threes?
He just wasn't that pure shooter.
Okay.
I mean, he could average probably 12, 13 points a game. But from a great scorer, that ISO that you see so much now.
That was the league back then, right?
Yeah.
It had to be.
And anyway. All right, let's see. This is, nice compliment for Courtney there. This from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. In case you missed it, 4:30s, we got a new addition to the lineup, and that is Courtney Mims by way of Pick Trail Nation. Great job bringing in Courtney Mims. Very informative segment. Thanks, Double R. Okay, that from the cattle man.
She's great.
And this one from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. A long jump and broad jump are two different things. You can run and jump at a mark forward. The broad jump, you're standing and jump forward. I think we said the standing broad jump is what they're measured by, not the running long jump. No. I don't know that with Arkansas, you want to see your 320-pound offensive tackle running down a runway trying to get his steps down to do a long jump. Do you think he'd get 20 feet in the long jump?
No.
That would be pretty rare. Let's see. This is LC saying from our D3 Auto Sales. So, Kerry Evans could jump over George. I think it's Mikan, NBA center. I thought it was George Mikan back in the day.
7'2", I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he could jump over him.
It's 7'7".
Yeah.
He could have jumped over most, if not all. Even Shaq is barely, 7'1".
So I tell people they had me go out and try to high jump. And I knew I was in trouble because I was at my first meet and I watched Rod Newton and Orlando Green.
Yeah, he was a great athlete. CrossFit.
Both of them from CrossFit. And they went 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and I'm looking at Rod and Orlando, and they're yet to take their warm-ups off. 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", Orlando Green finally jumps. And Rod didn't jump until 6'9". He cleared 6'9", went for 6'10". And I think he still has a record at Mississippi State for it's 7'2" or 7'3". I mean, they didn't take their warm-ups off.
That's
Yeah.
I've said it before. I stay amazed at how they do it now, and the way that 7 foot just seems like a warm-up height.
Yeah.
And that is one of the amazing aspects, though. That's why I love track and field. I love watching track and field, and especially the field events.
And I'm over here making noises when I try to climb up in this chair. They're jumping over 7 feet. Gotta hop up into it.
All right, we're going to say so long and good night for Rick Schaeffer. No, he's not with us tonight. But Bart Reed, thanks to Martin Orthopedics, Gwatney GMC, thanks Ray Tucker. I'm Randy Rainwater. Buzz Animal Cruelty, spay and neuter your pet. Coming up next, Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Stay right with us. Have a great rest of the night. So long, everybody.